Could you imagine? Could you imagine everyone in the world wanting to steal your shine? Every person you ever meet channeling demons in an attempt to stop you from being love. Could you imagine losing the love of your life and then finding him again? After years, after death, and then resurrection. Could you imagine meeting someone so equally crazy as you that the primary topic you talk about all day is magic? All things magic. Gods, angels, sage, Ouija boards, crystals, pendants. Could you imagine with me for one moment a magic so strong, a love so strong that it even survives death? Death has officially lost its sting. The hate that people have towards me has officially... It's not that I don't feel it. I still have to feel it. I do. I feel the death. I feel the sting of people's words and their thoughts and their beliefs and things about me and about him. But to know that, like, consciously, I'm able to say, I get it. You're miserable. You're unhappy that you don't know how to keep love in your life. You're jealous because the one that you loved, you burned hot for, you had a very fiery, passionate love affair, and it was stars and everything was grand and beautiful. And then it dwindled out. People came after you. People separated you two. And then you never knew how to get it back. I get that. But the jealousy and the anger is just that. It's not mine. It's not mine. I teach people every single day how to keep the love of their life in their life. I spend hours a week, every week, motivating people to get their truest love. The kind of love that is so fiery, so passionate, so erotic that you can't even go a day at work without drooling over each other and fascinating each other with text messages and memes. The kind of love that is so profound that you just know no one else has it. No one else has found it. No one else can keep it. And to be that cocky and confident in yourself to know that no one will ever take it away. They've tried. 1 million people have tried. Death has even tried. Him being in a coma for 3 months has even tried. My literal near-death experience has tried. Death has tried it. People have tried it. My entire family has tried it. Everyone has tried to take from me what's rightfully mine. And just to know that it will never happen again. Because I say so. Because I say, I want this love. And who are you to say otherwise? I say, I want magic. I say, I love the dark arts. I say, I love Lucifer. I say, I love Jesus. I say, I love God. I say, I love the devil. If I say what I want in my life is what I want in my life, who are you to say otherwise? And this is the most profound knowledge that comes at a cost. For you to learn this, it costs a lot. All magic comes with a price, and the price is death. You have to die to self to have magic. You have to die to your egoic self, your lower primal mind, the mind of man. The ego has to die for love to sustain itself. Otherwise, you'll push it away. Your ego will not be able to sustain the frequency of unconditional love between two people. So the jealousy that I receive, it's fucking irrelevant. You should be jealous. You should be angry. Because instead of applying yourself and looking in the mirror, you want to focus on some girl who's madly in love for the first time in her life and send hatred her way and to the man that she loves. That's such a waste of your energy. That's such a waste of your time. If instead you'd go fucking look in a mirror and look at the real problem, which is your damn ego, you'd be able to be in love as well. And so the jealousy that comes my way and comes the way of a lot of twin flames in union, I'm here to show you guys a little bit of a different kind of twist. The fact that you're in love is not the problem. It's the fact that you trigger people who never could stay in love. You trigger for people what it is to live a life of mediocrity, to live a life of normalcy. They don't want magic. People didn't want magic. That's why they lived a normal, boring life. And so what's flooding the planet right now is me, mago, my magician, and myself, my magician. And magic is flowing everywhere. And you're seeing it constantly. I mean, you turn on CNN and you even see people talking about aliens. You know it's crazy magic when you see the fucking government talking about UFOs, okay? So let's not accuse people of being horrible monsters because they're in love. You know what I mean? Why don't you instead go look in the mirror and look at your life and look at why no one wants to be around you? No, serious. That's for real. Why don't you just look at yourself and look at how you don't even want to be around you? So why would anyone else? Truth is truth is truth. So instead of sending jealousy and sitting on my channel hating on me, you could be using that time to look in the mirror and go through an ego death. You could look in the mirror and see what it is that you think is wrong with you and change it. But instead, you'd rather hate on the ones that can do it, who are doing it, who prove every single day that they've been doing it, and then who teach about it and school you in how to do it. And then you want to still bitch and moan at me and people like me that can sustain the frequency of love and have a passionate, loving marriage and union. You instead want to hate twin flames when twin flames are in union because they didn't give a shit about your hate this entire time. Twin flames in union on the planet, it's about to be an incredible thing. I love you, sweetheart. I love you too, Marcos. It's about to be an incredible thing. It's about to be proof that love was possible all along. Being truly in love, passionately so, where you can't keep your hands off each other, and it heals the body, it heals the mind, it heals the soul, the spirit. The kind of love that God puts together, and God has done it. That love. That's about to flood the planet. And when that happens, people's egos are going to go fucking berserk, bro. People aren't going to be able to handle that shit. It's going to go insane in the motherfucking membrane. A whole world full of egotistical NPCs that just want to exalt their ego as God. And no one wanted to do the work. So because you didn't prepare yourself as the bride of Christ, you won't be able to sustain the vibrations of Christ consciousness. That is just what it is. The higher mind. The Bible says, put on the higher mind of Christ. Most of you can't put on the higher mind of Christ more than 30 seconds because it just short circuits your entire system. That's fine. You're on a journey. Next time, it'll be a minute. Next time, it'll be 2 minutes. You'll be able to sustain it for a very long time. This isn't me bragging. This is me saying there's hope at the end of the tunnel. Eventually, what happens is you will be able to sustain the frequency of unconditional love on planet Earth. You will be able to do that as the vessel that you are. Not at death, not when you're on the other side, now in the physical flesh. There will be God in the physical flesh. You will be walking God in the physical flesh, not caring about the minds of sheep, not caring about the little opinions of others that have never in their life fallen in love or sustained it. While an entire group of people in the world kill themselves at a 9 to 5 that they hate. And it's a horrible thing. And you know you don't like it. And you know that you've been training your whole life to help people, encourage people not to live like that. So you have to ask yourself, why accept the jealousy? Why accept the hate? It's not ours. Do you not think ego, love, etc. was developed from evolution for survival? Survival of what? Why would love help our evolution? Unless it's to procreate. But you don't need love to procreate. You need sex. So why would love be the thing that helps us evolve? In fact, wouldn't it be quite the opposite in that it's the opposite of self-preservation? To be in love in today's modern world is the opposite of self-preservation. It brings slinging arrows from every direction. You go to a grocery store, boom, you're judged. You go online, boom, you're judged. You go into your family's reunion, boom, you're judged, you and your partner. So love, maybe the others, I could see ego being self-preservation. And you said ego, yeah, for self-preservation, ego for sure. But not love. I would say that to be love is to kind of be passive. It's to surrender. It's to go with the flow. It's the opposite of self-preservation. It's the dying to self. Love help to be closer together and help each other, increasing survival chances. That could make sense. Thank you for the great question. That's actually really intelligent. I love your mind. Yes, it is possible, I suppose, to want to be closer to people through love, the chance of survival, yeah. Because if you've noticed, there's not much chance of survival for actual humans with actual common sense anymore. Actual creativity in a world of AI, that's a joke. Actual fellowship with like-minded individuals, with so many people that think they get to control our speech, that's a joke. What is true freedom if not love? But living in the higher mind of love where no one can attack you there. No one can steal from you there. You claim it there. You claim it as God. Hello, Priya. How are you? To always have that higher mind activated, even amidst tons of people hating on you, that's something twin flames have that others don't. Twin flames in union, that is. They have this ability to look at the higher mind. Look at jealousy as just a defect. Jealousy is just a defect in modern man. It's just a glitch. Now imagine your entire life being challenged by every loved one you've ever had. Say, for instance, those loved ones could become demons just for your growth, just to keep you from love. And what if at the end of all of that pain and suffering, when you finally walk away from everyone, you look back and you say, wow, I actually did it. I caused them to show up that way. I wanted them to show up that way to train me. I wanted to be strong enough that I could sustain the frequency of unconditional love 24/7, 24 hours a day, every single second. In the dream space, when you're awake and alive, and when you're on the phone, and when you're not on the phone, when you're in the shower, all the time. To have the frequency of love is to have God. God is love and love is God. So what if you went through all of these trials and tribulations with all of these demons so that you could be God? You could realize that you are God. The whole reason demons hate you is because you're God. What if that's the case? Not enough people want to ask themselves questions like this. I do. I love it. I love the higher mind. I love being above the fray. I love thinking in leagues above normal people that I've met. I love magia. I love magic. I love thinking outside of the norm. And in fact, that's the only way to survive anymore. There's no survival mode in the Matrix for us anymore. You either are evolved as a soul or you don't make it. And I'm really starting to think that that is so true that it's actually biblical. That if you have not put on the mind of Christ, then you have put on the mind of the Antichrist. And one saves and one doesn't. One mind is the lower egoic mind, the primal mind, carnality, survival, fear, pleasure. Even pleasure can be at a higher level too, but I mean, I'm talking about that visceral pleasure, that lust, jealousy, greed. These lower forms, these lower emotions only happen when your ego is relevant, only happens when your ego can register those emotions. Once you've killed the ego, you no longer sustain those emotions. You don't feel jealousy anymore. Why would you? You know that you are God. Why would you feel jealous? You're God. You're all things. You no longer have greed. Why would you? You're all things. And you understand that giving is receiving and receiving is giving. So there is nothing to hoard. You know that you are unlimited potential. You are unlimited everything. What is there to be greedy of? Not even love anymore, or your partner. You wouldn't even be greedy over your partner anymore. You would just know that that one is destined for you and you are destined for them, and that there's nothing that can go wrong, because if it's destined, it's destined, it's destined. You can't lose that. So the greed also goes away when the ego dies, right? So what else is there to sustain itself but love? You can't sustain lower emotions like panic and worry. It feels uncomfortable to the system. It feels uncomfortable. Growth actually starts to feel more comfortable, which is weird because most people don't think that way. The growth and the healing and the discipline starts to actually become something you crave. It's weird. It's weird to go through this lifestyle of being overly egoic, egomaniac, ego-driven, whatever it is, only about self, to then suddenly changing on a dime overnight for most of you, sometimes during a near-death experience, sometimes during a trip. A hallucinogenic can do that. It can get your ego completely wiped the fuck out. That's what happened to me. I tripped on way too much THC back in my pot brownie days, and had a near-death experience in 2019. That shit took me to God. I was literally out of my body. I actually saw the future. I saw me dying. I saw me dead. I saw myself at the funeral, and I saw my husband burying my body, crying on the phone to his mother that day. I was on the other side watching my body just laying there limp. So what is the body then? Of course there's a body. Of course there's your brain. But are you beyond that? And if you are, then where is humanity taking us? Because the physical body anymore is just a limitation in and of itself. Like Marcos here, mi mago, my magician, beautiful, gorgeous man. When he got out of his coma, he was paralyzed, couldn't move. So his mind had to become sharper. His mind had to become more than his body. Same with my finances. I was raised impoverished my entire life. I didn't have money at all, really, ever. But I had to see that my mind is bigger than my bank account. And the biggest challenge for me is learning that as a woman, you are not your bank account. And you're not the house that you don't own. And you're not the car you don't own. And you're not the address you live at, even if you live in your car. That's one thing for me as a woman I had to really get over, because so many fucking assholes would consistently keep me thinking that I was somehow less than perfect, less than deserving because of my address or the clothes I wear or what skin suit I decided to be existing in this world. People want to judge, but really they are only judging themselves. That really is truly it. Judge not lest ye be judged. There's no one else to judge but themselves, because it goes back to them. It really highlights for them the projection that is themselves. Most people cannot understand why unconditional love would be a woman with $10 to her name loving a man who's bedridden. Most people wouldn't understand that. I don't give a fuck what most people would understand. I give a fuck what God understands. I give a fuck what he understands, and I give a fuck what I understand. So no longer will I be able to be swayed by public opinions of 8 billion people on the planet, a politician, a bank account, a fashion magazine. It's irrelevant. So I wanted to introduce today Marcos, my magician, the man that I have been looking for my entire life. The man that I have been struggling every single day of my entire life to not only reach, but to deserve, to change myself from within as a woman so that I can be ready and worthy of a God, ready and worthy of a king. And I am so glad I met him. I'm so glad a king knows that he's a king, knows that he's a king. And I am beyond excited to be announcing it to the world, because finally, for the first time, it doesn't matter if people hate it or not. It's not up to you. You didn't live the life I lived. You didn't cry the tears I cried. You didn't dump the family I dumped. You didn't go through the abuse I experienced. So who the fuck are you to determine how long I get to be in love? Why would I ever again let anyone determine if I get to be in love or not? Based on my skin color? Based on my weight? Based on what I do for a living? Based on what? Why would I listen to the minds of sheep ever again? And this is the real kicker. This is where you really take back your power and you realize you've already had the power. When you realize that this simulation, this video game that you're in, it's all staged for you, made by you, in order to please you, to give to you, so you could learn lessons. There is no enemy any longer. There's no enemy. Now if someone shows up in your reality and says, oh, him, what? Why? You can just move the fuck along and realize, why not? He's a god and I love him. And if I ever have that feeling in my gut ever again, a man that attractive would have all these girls. I mean, since we've met, we've only been knowing each other 2 months about. And in those 2 months, I don't know, he's had dozens of girls come back from the past. Don't you find that a little odd? But it's like the first time in my entire life that I know he's mine. Why? Because I know that I'm a goddess. I know that I create with my mind. I know that this is my reality. I know that this is my simulation. This 3D world is mine, and no one's going to take anything from me because I give it to myself. That's what I'm here to teach with Marcos in this world of twin flames. We're here to teach you how to have what you want because you say you want it and to keep it. Who gives a shit if your mom wants you with that partner? Who gives a shit if your pastor thinks that you should be in that denomination and you should be dating a man that's in that religious group? Who gives a shit if your boss doesn't like it? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? This is what I'm wondering. Who gives a shit? When you really take back your power, not one person will ever be able to tell you that you're allowed to have love or money or not have love or money. You say you want money. There it is. That's yours. You say you want to be a multimillionaire. Boom, there it is. You say you want to be a world famous book author. Boom, there it is. You want to be a YouTuber. Boom, there it is. Who will ever tell you otherwise? Who could ever tell you otherwise? God, you're God of your reality. You are the most high God in your reality. Who can ever tell you no? You can give permission to your mommy to tell you no. You can give permission to your politicians to tell you no. But your mind is the reason they got on the fucking ballot in the first place. Facts. So what it really is a question of if you have 8 billion people on the planet and they're all sending arrows your way, every last miserable person on the planet, and they're looking at you like you're the happiest clam in the whole world and you don't deserve to be happy. Are you going to say, I don't give a fuck what any of you say. Not only am I entitled to this happiness, I give myself this happiness. And I've worked damn hard for this happiness. How often do you say, I choose happiness even if you don't want me to be happy? That right there is so telling to me if you're a god or not. Are you about it or not? Are you a king or a queen, or are you a common folk in your kingdom? You have to be about it. It's either you win or you are always losing. And it doesn't mean that you have to step on people to win. It doesn't mean that you have to be harsh to people to win. You just have to be harsh enough to love defiantly in the face of people who do not choose love. That would be like saying in the end times to be choosing God in the face of devils all the time. Can you do it? Sure. For how long is the question. The girls that get it, get it. There it is. Hello. I had a dream about you, Jenna. Really? I am. I love that. What was it about? You look so amazing today, mommy. Thank you. Anyway, what I'm thinking, I'm seeing and noticing more is how powerful Marcos is around men that just aren't doing it, and around women who just have settled with men that aren't doing it for them. I went into this group today and Marcos started speaking, and the way that these people fucking freaked. Like the way that the women started sending me psychic attacks, it was weird. I don't even know if it was really actually physical, psychological or spiritual attacks. I think I was more just feeling their own attacks. I don't really think it was actually. I don't think it was aimed towards me. Now that I think about it, I thought it was. I'm starting to wonder if I got it wrong all along. If maybe no one's ever sent me attacks, ever, because I've always been protected. What if instead I'm just noticing those that are not protected and who have to experience pain, and I just have to tune into that pain? I'm really starting to wonder, honestly. But yeah, I think that we need to realize as gods of our reality, who is going to tell you no? If you're in love madly and you're just so happy, you're on cloud nine, right? So happy, giddy, laughing, having a great time, and somebody says, "Hey, shut up, you look like a hippo." What is the problem in just laughing anyway and being like, "Okay, have a good day, see you never," and just laughing again? Why do we let people take us out of our vibration of happiness? I mean, who says that if you're being sued by everybody in town and you're being broken up with publicly and you're homeless and you're this and you're like everything in the world is shitting on you? What, who determines that you're not allowed to laugh because you think that people will believe you're a crazy person? All this pain, all this struggle, all these enemies up against you, and you're still laughing, you're still having fun, you're still loving God, and God's still fighting your battles. What are we so afraid of? Are we afraid of being called crazy? What, are you afraid of being put in a straitjacket? What is it really? Being happy and defying the odds, defying every single person that says, "Oh, you shouldn't be happy." If I were you, I'd be fucking miserable. If I were you, I wouldn't get out of fucking bed in a day. Right. You're not me. That's the difference. So why is it a crime to be confident? Why is it a crime to laugh in the face of every single thing that comes up against you? Why? Right. Right. Why? And you know, today I couldn't believe how beautiful my man was. When we got off that stream or that group chat with they're not my friends. Hell no. They're not my friends. But I was in there and I felt all that attack. I felt like a spiritual psychic thing. And I just remember I had to calm Marcos down because he was so upset and I was so upset. And it was like I just remember having to pray for us. I prayed right then. I said, "In the name of Jesus Christ, anyone wishing harm on us in any way, I cast it out right now. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, it will not last, it will not stay, and you are not welcome." And then he started crying. He started crying and said, "I love you this much. I love you so much that I would get hurt like this all the time." The real question is, why do I put my husband in an environment when I don't think I can rise above it instantly and not take on those psychic hits? That's a real question I have to ask myself as a creator, as a goddess, as the one that runs shit in my reality. I have to look at this because I don't want anybody hurt on my watch. But I remember one thing he said to me. He said, "My real queen would heal me way faster than this. My real queen would have already healed me." It took me about, I don't know, a good 10 minutes to finally pray. He was right. He was absolutely fucking right. I should, as the creator of my reality, I should be able to bring into my physical matrix, my 3D environment, only things that benefit us, only things that speak life over us, only people, places, things, environments, experiences, events, programs, songs, music, all of it. I should be able to only bring in things that benefit us. And if I can't, it's not my physical matrix that's the problem. It's my mind that hasn't shaped the matrix yet to catch the fuck up. So what what do we do down here in the 3D, which is the dense plane of existence that we reside in, called planet Earth? In the fourth dimension, in the fifth dimension, thought, quick, 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 quick. You can go anywhere you want in the astral plane in a split second, instantaneously. But down here in the world of matter, in the world of duality, in this thick, dense plane of existence that feels like molasses, so many of us don't get our manifestations instantly, and then we wonder what the fuck is wrong with us. Nothing's wrong with us. Nothing. It's simply that we do not keep consistently going back into our imagination and creating that new reality and only seeing that new reality. We falter, we sin, we miss the mark. We keep looking at the world of illusion. We keep looking at the great deception, the 3D physical matrix as our God. We think that this thing is our God. It's not. It's an extension of us. This is just a mirror. It's just a mirror reflecting back what we are. Are we abundant in nature and ourselves? Of course we are. We're God. So why then is your 3D not reflecting that? Why do you feel that there's no abundance in the 3D? Is it because you're not looking through the eyes of love? You're not looking through the eyes of abundance? Or is it that you keep getting sucked in some way in the matrix, Neo? Are you getting consistently pulled back in? What do you think about The Chosen? I love them. I work for them. I think they're already here. I think the chosen are everywhere. They're chosen because they've chosen themselves. They're chosen because they've chosen themselves. They don't give their power over to just anyone. They give it to themselves. This is what sets them apart. This is what makes them gods. This is what truly sets them apart. You are now a glitch in the matrix. You are now their glitch in their matrices. There will be no one telling me no anymore but myself. Never again will I be told no by another outside external influence except for me. I will be telling myself no if I want to. And this is where it really is a game changer when it comes to being in love. Being in love is the best, the most highest frequency there is love. Oh, it's so fun. It heals the mind, the body, the soul, the spirit. Oh my God, the bank account. It heals all things. It's beautiful. That's why people love falling in love. But they hate falling out of it. So imagine a world where you can be in love 24/7 and stay there all the time. It's called paradise. It's called heaven. It's called nirvana. It's called whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's a frequency and you can stay there all the time. Even when you're in debt. Even when you're getting yelled at by your parents. Even when you've lost your job. Even when you're being sued. Even when you have a plumbing problem. You can stay in love, happy as a clam all fucking day 24/7. Because it's a frequency. Heaven is a frequency and I'm in it right now. I'm in a state of having plenty. That's why I'm sharing with you from plenty. That's what love does. And if two people in love constantly feed in a loop, in a feedback loop, love, 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 ping-ponging back to each other, there's nothing but a consistent, continual cycle of love and love and love. And could you imagine how strong those two will get? How loud they'll get? How bright they'll get? How healed they'll become? How rich they'll become? Constant energy fed to each other and only each other. Could you imagine? It's not selfish. It's the most selfless thing there is. Because then and only then, when you have given to yourself and you have filled up your cup, can you even empower and inspire other people to do the same? So could you imagine a reality where all there is unconditional love? It's hard for most people to believe. It really is. It's tough because we've lived in a world programmed by conditional love. Well, we can love you in your body, but only when it's plastic and you've put silicone in it. Well, we can love you, but like only when when you have a job and a really, really nice working car, and like we will love you in church, but only if you shut the fuck up and stop asking questions and put money in our collection plate. We'll love you, but so who is the real true unconditional love? What's the source of real unconditional love, and does it exist? That's something this world has never really been able to answer, because no one that I've met has been able to sustain that frequency of unconditional love for very long. They'll come across it. They'll meet someone new. They'll share an experience. Boom, a couple months in, and that's it. But they don't give themselves permission to have it longer than that. They let their uncle or their sister or their pastor or their boss, someone, rain on their parade. They let somebody with a shit attitude show up and be like, ew, you're so ugly today. You look horrible in those pants. And then we're forced to get out of our alignment of unconditional love and saying, fuck you. These pants make my ass look thick and juicy. Fuck out of here. We don't do that? Why? Why as society we don't do that? Why do we not tell these bitter Beckys where to shove it and keep our alignment high and high vibrational all day? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because you don't want to be a bitch. Because you don't want to be the bad guy that tells somebody, fuck right out of here. That's your shit attitude. I don't know about you, bro, but I don't really give a shit. Go somewhere. You're afraid of being the most powerful one in that dynamic. You are afraid of seeing someone try that shit and then flip it around on them and say, honey, these pants alone are more God than you'll ever be. So you need to go on somewhere, because you don't want to control your mind and your thoughts and your voice around me. So go on. I don't need you in my life. You're so afraid to call out demons where they fucking lie. You're afraid of being known as that crazy dark villain. But honey, it is my dark villain era. And I'm going to win at life because of it. I get to have anything I want, when I want, if I want, with whom I want, as long as I want, and that's it, end of story. And to have this level of Godfidence within me, and to know that no one can ever take it from me, is exactly why a lot of men wish they were Marcos. A lot of men have already come to me begging for me back. Yeah, fucking right. You have to be okay being in the alignment of love as long as you need to be. What is that? 24/7. You have to be in the state of love. That's where your protection is. That's where your divine provisions are. Right? Most people don't want to stay in that alignment of unconditional love for very long, because everyone and their uncle will show up like vultures trying to harm you and send you evil eye and all this bullshit. And it does happen. It's real. That shit is real, actually. People do that. People really do. They see you happy and they're like, challenge accepted, bitch. Challenge accepted, motherfucker. That's what they do. That's what people do, honey. That's what little demon gremlin looking motherfuckers do. They have no choice. They have to do that. That's literally their whole life. Their whole life is to yip, yip, yap, yap, and to hate the ones that shine. You're the one that gives them the power. You give them permission to ruin your day. Facts. You give them permission to stay out of the alignment of love. You give them permission to knock you out of alignment. And instead of being like, you know what? No, I win. I look hella hot in these pants. Thank you. No, I win. This is the best outfit I've ever worn, period. And not only do I not look ugly in it, this is the prettiest I've ever looked, period. You're the one giving them permission to create your reality for you. You do it. No one else. No one else chooses the thoughts that you select. No one else says the words on your lips. No one else does the actions that you do. You do it. But are you allowing something more negative to channel through you in order to do it? And then you have to really ask then you really have to ask the question, is that you? See, then there's that like little caveat. Giving your power away to demons. So demons, lower forces can channel through you. But is that still not you giving your power away? And isn't that still your choice? I mean, you can't bitch and moan that a demon does heinous shit in your body when you gave it permission to. You know what I mean? You can't bitch and moan about that. You can't be angry that at rock bottom you had nothing because you gave your power away to the devil who wanted you to have nothing. Trust me, I used to bitch and moan about it. I used to bitch and moan a lot about the things I have or don't have, mainly what I don't have. But once I changed my focus to what I do have, the whole game changed. Focus on the shit you do have. And then when you get in that higher vibration, you get in that frequency of, oh my God, I have so much. I love it. I love it. I love my life. You have no choice but the 3D to reflect back to you the abundance that you have in your mind. And even if somebody tries to come in and steal it, you would be giving your power away to them to steal it. It really is that easy, guys. I know it sounds... One thing I'll never understand is how many people, when I was at rock bottom, wanted me to be so afraid to be better again. Like, no one wanted me healthy. No one wanted me rich. No one wanted me in love because they weren't any of those things. Misery loves company. And as soon as you turn it around and you show them, oh, look what I found, pure love on the ground. Do you hear it? You hear that sound? It sounds like the real one. Sounds like the real shit. Sounds like real truth to me. You find that, and then all of a sudden, everyone with pitchforks comes at you wanting to steal it. But it no longer matters now because you've gotten to that point where you can immediately say, oh, that's cute. Have a good day. I'm sending you so much love. I hope you find love today. I hope you find your pleasant conversation that it is you're craving. I hope that you go find God. I hope that you go find love. I hope that you go find someone else to bother. Let's get some more tea. Maybe him being an healed person is for your benefit. Yes. Maybe him being an unhealed person is for your benefit to help you grow. Exactly. Thank you. Hi, baby. How are you? Hi, Albert. How you doing? Guys, I didn't even notice Lou was in here. I had to reset the chat. Hi, babe. How are you? Yes, exactly. You know, one thing that I wanted more than anything before I get my money, and I know I'm about to be I know. I'm going to be very, very rich, very wealthy in this lifetime. And I did not want just any guy in my life. Fuck that. Fuck that. I had a man yesterday or 2 days ago say, so about this Marcos guy, does he have money? No, he's on disability. But you deserve a millionaire. You know, you deserve like a guy with money. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And I will get that. But right now, I'm dating a man on disability. I'm going to heal his arm right up. I'm going to make sure that man gets out of bed and starts walking again. He'll be off disability and he'll be a millionaire. So I'm fine with it. And he just like kind of looked at me baffled like, why would you want that? Why not? That's fun. I want to know at rock bottom who loves me. I want to know unconditional love for what it is. Not because of his money. That's stupid. That's stupid. My Father in heaven is the most abundant motherfucker around. I can have money anytime I want. I don't want a man for money. I want a man for his kindness, for his heart, for his mind, for his savage sense of humor, for the way that he drops it on me real dirty and then real clean. I love everything about this man. Mi mago, my magician. I'm not here for money. And it was just so shocking to hear him, this guy, just be like, what? That can't be real, Jenna. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. A woman who knows she's a goddess wants a man who's a god. What's wrong with that? There is nothing wrong with that. He knows he's a beast. He's savage. He's beast mode activated. That man activates other beasts. My man mentors other men to be fucking gods. I don't care about his money. He's sharper in that bed with one arm working, which actually I'm getting that shit back up and working. He's already got twinges in it. Ain't that right, baby? Yeah. In that bed, that man is sharper, smarter, sexier than anything I've ever seen with two walking legs. I'll tell you right now, honey, that man's mind is the ultimate. And there is not one thing I would change about him. Not one. Not one. I could live like this for the rest of eternity. However, I don't settle and I don't let him settle. He doesn't want to settle with one arm. The man wants to play guitar again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to visualize my man writing me songs on his guitar again. Just like I knew when I met him who he was. I knew he's my twin flame. And I knew that in a past life, he wrote me songs from guitar because I've already known him before in a past life, in this life. Long story, I'll write a book one day. The point is, I'm going to imagine my man getting his arm back. Why? Because why not? I can, so I will. And then I do, so I will have. And there's not one person going to tell me otherwise. The only person who would have been able to tell me otherwise is myself, due to fear. I would have been so afraid that people would come at us. Oh my God, how'd you heal? That's a medical mystery. It's not a medical mystery. I've been teaching this shit for a long time. It's not a fucking mystery if you pull your head out of your ass. So I'm going to do exactly as I want, when I want, how I want, if I want, with whom I want, as long as I want, period. And when I want that man's arm working again, it will work. Just like that. Just like I brought the moth back from the dead the other day. On a live stream, a moth died right in front of our faces. I talked about it for 10 minutes. I said, I don't buy into death. That moth is not dead. It was belly up, guys. It was on video. Belly up. And I just sat here talking about Jesus, Lazarus. I said, I'm bringing this motherfucker back from the dead. 10 minutes later, what was flying in my windowsill? That's not even the craziest part. The craziest part is later on when I met Marcos, I told him that story. And he told me about this one time that his dad stepped on a moth, killed a moth, and Marcos brought it back from the dead. Bet. That shit's real. Not a snake, not a bird, not a little fruit fly. Nah, he brought back a moth. I brought back a moth. So I'm not here to fucking entertain small-minded sheep who don't believe in magic. I'm not here anymore to play it small, and I'm not going to allow you guys to play small. I'm not even going to pay attention to the small-minded ones. I don't play small-minded. I play the big game of realizing my matrix is my bitch, and I own this. Period. And if you don't have that level of Godfidence and you're not speaking like this on a daily basis, I don't know what you're doing here. I really don't know why ye of little faith are sitting here bitching and moaning that you don't get your soulmate when you can't bring a fucking moth back from the dead. If you can't do that, I don't know what to tell you. That's your problem, bro. Your problem is you just don't know. You might have belief, but do you know that you're God? You might believe in magic, but do you know that you're the magic? Right. So here I've been trying to teach people how to be in love 24/7, how to be in alignment with their self, with their higher self 24/7. And now that shit is presenting itself in the 3D fucking world, y'all going hysterical as shit, wanting World War III and shit. I mean, it's ridiculous. Because Christ is arriving in the flesh, you got a fucking problem with it? You got the second returning of Christ and y'all are pissed off. The Bible told you about it, bro. The Bible showed you that shit in live time would be happening. Well, actually, nobody knew the hour. Nobody knew the day, the time, or the hour. But you could feel it. You could feel that something bigger was going to happen. Something bigger had to happen. You can't just have darkness all the time. You got to be able to go to heaven eventually. You don't deserve hell. So how are you going to get to heaven, bro? You live in hell. There's only one name that gets you there. And it's not some dude who lives in a casket in the Middle East for buried for 2,000 years. I don't know that dude. You don't know that dude. You don't. You only know of that name because you bought it. You bought a book with his name in it at Target. You don't know that guy. Do you know the real Christ? Do you know the El Cristo? Do you know the real one? The reason you cannot sustain your love partnership for longer than 20 minutes is because you let every Tom, Dick, and Harry tell you that you don't deserve love. Bitch, what? Why do you think you don't deserve love? That's the real problem. Second problem is believing that other people are your God. No, they're not. Not your mama, not a politician, not a celebrity on a fucking cover of a magazine. No, you are God. You are the one that determines that you're going to throw your love away. There it is. Do so. Throw it away. Don't bitch and moan that other people get to ruin your life because you do it. Anyway, Marcos, do you have abs? Honey, if that man has abs, they're mine. Don't know why you'd be asking about them. Second of all, who gives a fuck if he has abs? If he were just flat and didn't even have a belly button, if he were an alien from outer space and only was green and slimy and had zero abdominals, I'd still want to fuck that man. So what does it matter? What we really need to start asking ourselves, guys, why do we let just anything happen anymore in our reality? Why do we allow ourselves to get off the trajectory of what we want? Is it because we're challenged like that and the first thing we say is, "Oh, I hope I don't lose him. Like don't flirt with my man's abs. Don't take his sexy stomach from me. Please don't. Please." We are so convinced, guys, that something that is ours can be taken from us. Why is that, though? Why? If he has abs, honey, they're mine. Those are mine. Those are my abdominals. That's fucking great. Right. They are great. Even if he has 2 of them instead of 12, like I'm hoping. But yes, he does have abs. He's actually really, really sexy. I'm not kidding. He's the sexiest motherfucker that's ever existed on the planet, honey. Of course he has abs. He has my abs. I gave him those. I manifested those abs, sir. You are welcome. I'm your magician. I'm your mommy. That was not a fart, I swear to God. I just moved the couch. But anyway, that actually is pretty funny. I would claim it. If that were a fart for real, I would have claimed it. Anyway, the point is, so many of us, we're in love, right? We get these high vibrations and we think everybody and their uncle comes at us 100 miles a minute. Are you so afraid of losing something? It's yours. How do you not know it's yours? You're God of your reality. No one can take it from you, girl. I would let you look at his abs 2 feet from him, even touch him, honey. And I'd still know that man is mine. You know what I mean? You got to know who you are in these end times. They're really not end times for us. They're the beginning of something new. A pivot from one type of reality we manifested to a new type of reality we manifested. It's the same simulation. It's the same 3D matrix. It's just us putting only good shit into the program. That's it. We're hacking the program. We're hacking our mind. That's all it is. You look pretty today. Thank you. I knew it. Nah, he does. He has really, yes. Oh, honey. This man is sexy. And you know what it was? He was too overpowered with his 2 working legs. So God sat that ass down and was like, "Listen, sir, you're too overpowered. It's too much. We got to take 1 arm from you and we got to put your ass in a bed. Because otherwise it's not fair for 8 billion other humans." And then on top of it, your wife is Jenna the Magical. Oh God, it's too unfair. It's too unfair. We got to sit you down, sir. So yeah, he went through coma for 3 months, and he came out of it. He couldn't walk, and I had a feeding tube and everything. And like, they really tried it. They really tried it, but he's still kicking. Yo, he'll be alive forever. Cheers to the king. May he return in peace. I need more tea. But yeah, you guys, I'm serious. It's like, why do we believe that something can be taken from us when we're the ones giving it to ourselves? If you can't stay in the frequency of having for 24 hours a day, then yeah, any little comment like that will just send a little girl screaming and running and, oh my God, please, please, don't take his abs from me. Those are my abdomens. Please don't. Honey, it's fine. I'll let you stare at him. You want to touch him, girl? I know you do. Don't lie to me. I know you do. Who wouldn't? That's Marcos. That's the Marcos. I had to say today, after the chat we were in a group chat with some people. I had to say, what the fuck is a Marcos? Because everybody in there was like stunned. He was sitting here talking shit. Everybody was like, who's this guy? Talking about the serpent and talking about the devil and stuff. And I had to say, what the fuck is a Marcos? Marcos is an anomaly. He is a glitch. Marcos is a glitch in my system. Yeah. Cheers. I know you're manifest a male baddie. I knew you'd manifest a male baddie. Absolutely. What a baddie daddy. Am I right? Honey, there's no other choice. There is no other choice. You guys, we have to be in that level of confidence. You can't keep cowering. You can't keep being like, oh, but like, Jenna, if I'm in love with my person, I think there's so many people that are gonna be mad at me and like they don't get love, so I bet they're gonna try to take it from me. Okay, and what's your point? Of course they're gonna try to take it from you. They're fucking miserable. Okay, you're allowed to be happy in the face of 8 billion other people on the planet that are miserable. Okay, you're allowed that. Why? Because you say so, not because I say so. I could tell you till you're blue in the face, or till I'm blue in the face, that you're deserving and worthy of love. You don't believe it. Go on then, bye. You don't believe it. That's a you thing. You need to go work on that, honey. You need to go work on why you do not allow God in your life. You need to work on why you let the ungodly convince you that you're not godly and that you're not entitled to everything that God has for you, which is you giving to yourself. And plus also, yeah, Lou, I agree. I manifested him like this on purpose. I wanted to see a man that loved me unconditionally, not because of my money, not because of my fame, not because of shit that I'm about to have in my life. I wanted a man for the right reasons. I wanted to see who loves me for me at rock bottom, not because of what I have. That's the best part about it. A homeless girl with $10 to her name. That is exactly the kind of love I want to have. And him. A woman that can love him unconditionally when he's in a bed. Okay? Even if he were in bed for the rest of infinity and beyond. That man's mind is the thing I want. The body is just an extra little benefit. It's just the cherry on top. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean, Raven. His body is just the cherry on top, honey. That man gets me. So, real question. Real fucking question. Okay? Why, guys, do you not allow yourself to be madly in love 24/7? Because you think that when you start winning at life, everybody's going to come at you with pitchforks. Of course they are. They're losing at life and they're miserable. It doesn't mean you have to take anything they say at face value. 8 billion people on the planet are miserable. Are you supposed to be miserable your entire life because of that? Lots of people are poor. Am I supposed to never have money because other people are poor? That doesn't even make sense. So I don't get to be in love because other people aren't in love. Nah, I don't think so. Fuck that. That's when you take your power back. Raymond, thank you, sweetheart. You're very sweet. I think one of the coolest experiences, I'm gaining all this experience with him when we go out and just we're sharing our story and we're sharing our testimony and stuff. The more we are madly in love in front of people that aren't, the more we have to feel the anger of people. But it used to be that I would think they were angry at me and him. But now something has changed. Just my perception alone is changing the game. Now my perception is, wow, they're angry at themselves, and I have to tune into that pain and that anger and that rage, just temporarily. But once I distance myself, once I cut the cords, once I move on, I don't have to feel that. You know what I mean? You make me so happy that authentic fucking people exist. That's exactly why we talk about it. We're real. I'm real. My whole life I was told, because I'm not a size 2, no man could ever love me. Girl, he loves me thick. First of all, that's like my favorite thing about my body lately is how much I love it. And to see him in a bed, but his mind is like, baby, I'm already here. I'm going there. I'm doing this. I'm conquering this. I own this business. I own this and that. His mind is about to get his body up and running, up and working. The only thing that there is to fear is fear itself. It used to be that for me, I was scared that people would call me a witch for getting his arm working again. Well, I am a witch. The real question should be, why don't you have your own personal witch? No facts. That's the facts. The real question should be, why don't you have your own personal healer? That could just one day say you wake up, sir, with a brand new arm. Why don't you have that? Instead of coming at me with pitchforks, why don't you realize that what you secretly want is your own personal witch that can heal you and send you to Jesus about 10 or 15 times a day? People don't want to admit the truth. They don't want to admit shit for themselves. So let them go on then. Let them go on in a world asleep in the matrix. Let them sleep in the matrix, honey. Don't wake them up. They don't need to be awake. You're going to wake them up to the pain and the misery that they are. Why would you do that? That's cruel. Why would we go out here trying to wake anybody up anymore? They're trying so hard to stay the fuck asleep. Who am I to wake you up? I'm not here to wake you up. That's why I don't advertise on my channel. I just let people come to me. I let the ones who are awake stay awake. That's my job. To keep the awakened ones awakened. I don't go out here waking people up. They want to stay in their slumber, let them. You see? There's this little wasp in here and he's so adorable. Watching me from the heavens. I bet that is such a cool angle, huh? Mi mago. Mi mago is all that exists. Me and my magician are all that exists anymore. Every hater is him. Every lover is him. Every man is him. It's every woman is him. That's all that it is now. There is nothing else. So you get to that point where you don't hate this love. You used to, because you would be afraid that people could take it. And so you were so afraid of love because you were really afraid of the lack of love. You were really afraid of the love being stolen from you. But when you realize nobody can steal shit, you give it away. I can't have anything stolen from me. I fucking give it away. I give it away. By saying shit like, I'm broke, I'm poor, I'm bad, I'm ugly, I'm not loved, I'm not chosen. I give it away. My mom doesn't want me happy with him though. And like my pastor doesn't approve that he's like a serpent. And like I'm not okay with like anybody judging my magic. Oh my God. So I give it away. Judge my magic, bitch. You judge because you don't have it. Go judge then. Go ask yourself why you don't have magia, why you don't have magic. Yeah, it's like I've been sitting here every day teaching you guys magic. I'm like, the magician's on the way. The magician's on the way. Magic is on the way. Hello, hello. Get it right, guys. Magic is about to hit this planet, and you're going to probably want to make sure you're on the right side when it hits. Because when the world wakes up from the delusion that we've been under, when the world wakes up from the freaking hypnosis we've all been under, you're going to want to make sure you know your shit up here mentally to keep the devils out there away from you. But they're not really out there. They're also in here. They're here. They're here. And it's your job to keep them out. Right? Hello, Michael. How are you feeling? I'm feeling actually pretty damn great. Thank you. I got my second cup of tea. Nabra, I think they know exactly what they're doing, but they can't stop because they aren't stronger than the... Ooh, she did it though. She said it. Let me just... All hail the queen. All hail the queen, Raven Star. We are not worthy of having read that comment. What a goddess. Let me repeat. Nabra, I think they know exactly what they are doing, but they can't stop because they aren't stronger than themselves. Do you know the other day, somebody came onto my channel and he started saying the most cringe-worthy stuff. And he even said that. He was like, dude, why am I so cringe right now? And then he would keep typing it. And I was like, I don't know. Why don't you look at some things? He's like, my God, why am I saying this? I can't believe I sound like this. I sound literally cringe. Looks like demonic possession to me. You need to be able to sustain it up here in your mind. Guys, it's not a game. It's not a game. I don't know why any of us thought this was a game. I really don't. Are there 2 wasps in here? Wait. Did he just multiply? But yeah, they can't stop it. You're like a walking truth serum, and everybody has to bring what is full. Okay, what is in their heart truly is about to be presenting to itself to you. Whatever someone's heart is full of, you will soon see. World, chosen ones, empaths. It's the unveiling. This is the second. This guys. That's what this is. The second coming of Christ. Christ returning. Christ consciousness returning. Not a man. An energy. A consciousness. I don't know how else. An awareness. That's another word for consciousness. An awareness. A conscious awareness. Not an AI. Not AI. Not artificial intelligence. True intelligence. True Christ intelligence, okay, is flooding the planet, and it's going to be hitting every single person you know. Every single person. And some of them will just glitch out like they can't handle it. Others have prepared themselves for it, and they will be able to sustain that frequency of unconditional love for 24 hours a day. Somebody just joined in here, and you must be a channeler. Because when my nose itches like this, it's normally that I'm channeling for a channeler. So I don't know who just joined, but you're definitely gifted, whoever you are, okay? Anyway, what you're going to realize soon is that every single person's heart is going to be on display. What they really, truly have from within. It's just going to come out. There's no stopping it. There's no stopping it. This is truly judgment day. People will be judging because they have no choice but to give you the truth. You're a truth serum. Man, yeah, really. Seriously, nose is like seriously itchy. Does somebody else's nose itch right now? True Godhead, right. So if you can sustain the frequency of Christ consciousness 24 hours a day, then the only people you're going to be able to even be allowed around are others with that Christ awareness. Otherwise, it's going to feel real awkward. You're going to feel like judged. You're going to feel like you're too powerful. You're too OP. You're too aware. You're too awake. You're too conscious. You can't be around these people anymore, guys. It just cannot happen. And this is coming from a girl who believes in unlimited realities, limitless potential. And even I know sometimes you have to let people go. Even I know you have to leave people behind. Don't you think, as I was learning the laws of assumption, that I didn't want to save every single person I knew and manifest a change in them? I remember I would come home or my husband would come home from work, and I would just be praying and praying and praying and begging God, like, please let him come home in a good mood today. Please don't let him be abusive. And then when I didn't believe in God anymore, I believed in myself. The law of assumption started helping me, and that I would try to assume that he'd come home happy. Another boyfriend I had later on, he'd come home from work at 5 o'clock happy. But that never happened. Hold on, please. Well, then I highly suggest, if you find it to be difficult, that you start telling yourself it's easy. Because what you just wrote is a limitation in and of itself. It's hard to. Anything that you say, it's hard to, that's the truth. So you're going to start saying things on autopilot as well. And it's going to be cringe to my ears, because it's going to start with, it's hard to. No, it's not. It's easy to. It's easy to stand in your power. It's the easiest thing there is. It's the most authentic thing there is. It's the most real shit there is. It's easy to stand in that power. And to understand that you are that power. That's the easiest thing ever. And if you want, you could tell your God, your deity, your higher self, your angels, your gods, whatever, your ancestors, whatever you believe in. You got to believe in something. Everybody believes in something. They either just believe in themselves or they believe in a higher power or something. You have to believe to be here. You believe in something. That's why you wake up every fucking day. So you believe in something. And so tell that thing, that power, that entity, that consciousness, show me how easy it is to be me. Show me how easy it is to remind myself that I am God. Show me today that I am God. Prove to me today that I am God. It's all a mindset. You're making your mindset way harder than it needs to be. Get this shit on autopilot. Get it down pat, okay? Don't ever again write, it's hard to, ... anything. I mean, you can, but go to the reality where it's hard. I go to the reality where shit's easy. So I don't live there. So I won't be able to be your friend because I don't live there. You see, we're not compatible. So you either change your mind and your frequency to adjust to mine, because this is my reality, it's my channel, it's my words, it's me, or nothing. I can't be around people that don't have that same level of course it's easy. You have to be saying that to be in my orbit. You have to say that to be in my heaven. You have to say that to be in my phone. You have to say that to be in my moderator group. You have to say those things to be in my godhood. I got a whole team of gods aligning right now, honey. I got gods and goddesses on call about to enter my life And they all say it's so easy. It's so easy. Life is so easy. Life is so good. It is the easiest thing in the world to get everything I want. I can't even believe that it was ever difficult. It's just the easiest thing ever. I'm supposed to be loving what I do, doing what I love, and getting paid for it. I'm about to meet other people that do the same thing. Because my bank account is what I claim it is. My love life is what I claim it is. My viewership is what I claim it is. My body health is what I claim it is. Even down to the potency of the black tea that I'm drinking, that is what I say it is. If I were to eat an edible right now, the potency of that is what I say it is. Tarot cards, I throw a tarot card, it is what I say it is. That is because I'm God. And it is my will that will be done, period. My will. In my reality, I am the most high God. I bring in people, they show up exactly as I expect them to. They might not say exactly what I expect them to say, but if I have the overall arch of they love me, then they're not going to say hateful things as my friend. They will protect me, care for me, love me. That is what it is to be God. If you assume someone shows up in your reality loving you, well, then that is exactly what happens. So the real question is, why are you guys not allowing yourself as God permission to be God? Are you afraid of the mind of sheep? The opinions of wolves that are just like gnashing, chomping at the bit? Ankle biters, little ankle biters, honey, little ankle fucking biters, okay? You're that worried about getting bit at the ankle? You're God. You created the ankle biter. You created the ankles. And you're the dumbass that didn't put socks on and boots on. You are it. You are always it. That's all there is. You're God. You're the one determining the rules. You're the one saying, I make the rules. I get this. I get this thing because I say so. Not, oh, because like, well, I'll get it in 30 pounds, I bet. Oh, I could be loved in 30 pounds. Yeah. Oh, I'll get that job when I have that degree. No, you're the one that determines now you get that job. Not in a college degree from now. You're the one that says you get that travel across seas because you say so, not because an airline says so. And look, I'm preaching to the choir here, honey. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm yelling at myself. Because one of the things that I've been worried about is how I'm going to get to Marcos. How? First of all, I don't fly. I fucking hate that. I hate the feeling. I hate being up there. I'd rather be down here. Thank you very much. Secondly, I really want a car trip all to myself. I really want Brittany bitch all the way to California on my last ever solo drive before I'm married. I really want that time for myself and that excursion. I really want to have fun on a road trip by myself. And so what I'd been looking at are prices for cars, and I'm just thinking to myself, how will I ever afford this? How will I ever get it? The how is irrelevant. And if I could just pull my head out of my ass and do what I teach you guys every single day, I'd already be in his bed. I'd already be in our bed. Serious. That'd already be a thing. But yet I, as God, claim it's hard. It's expensive. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know. This is such a wake-up call to me as well. Look at me. Look at me being a little hypocrite. Yeah? You're either a God and you're about it or you're not. And you get played by your own 3D matrix, your own limitations. The rules that were established before do not have to be the rules that are established now. Just because I looked up car prices before doesn't mean that suddenly they don't just drop in half overnight. Who's to say? You don't know. It's like who's to say I don't win a car tomorrow? The point is you're not supposed to know the how. You won't know the how. You just have to claim it as God. The how is irrelevant. The how is just going to happen magically. It's not really magic. It's quantum physics, but whatever. The point is it's just going to happen. But you don't have to worry about the how. The how is irrelevant. However, if I would have stopped being afraid of how intense this union is, I would have already been I'd already been looking at those abs, feeling those abs with my tongue, honey. I'd already been there. But again, I've had to go through a lot of lessons to be able to sustain this Christ consciousness, this king that I'm manifesting in my life. I have to be able to, honey, you got to be a queen. Okay, you got to know who you are to run with that big dog, okay? The way he will look you in the eyeballs and make you be a queen. Babe, you got to be ready for that, okay? So I'm going through my own thing. I'm going through my like, do I really want this? Am I okay with full on commitment forever and ever? And then leading people to and healing people and motivating people with this union too. There's a lot that I have to deal with. It's a lot to be a queen, babe. Not everybody can do it. You are so cute. Oh, hi. Thank you for being here. You're a queen already. Thank you, my love. Hi. We're going to steal the car, baby. Bonnie and Clyde forever. Oh, my God. You're fun. I like you. I do not condone Grand Theft Auto. I do not approve of that message, but very cute. Oh, I like it. But no, we're not doing that. We're not going to steal anything, okay? I just want to be a very responsible leader. Listen, no to Grand Theft Auto. I shouldn't have to tell you that. Anyway, I was like, 1,500 miles? Shit, I could walk that. I could be there by like next week. Just kidding. Can't remember the last time I walked a mile, girl. It's a real thing. But anyway, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to rent a car because this is my favorite. Plus, I have 2 duffel bags, a suitcase. The last little bit of shit I own, I really want to take with me. I have basically a walking apothecary. I got all my healing tinctures and herbs and shit. So I'm like, I want to keep that stuff. And I want to travel. I really want, in the summer, to travel to California. And so anyway, I'm going to do it. I don't know how. It doesn't matter the how. Does not matter the how. Guys, you are God, so all you have to do is claim it. And then keep claiming it, and then keep claiming it. And when something in the 3D says otherwise, like, oh, Priceline says it's this much. Fuck you, Priceline. I didn't give you permission to be that expensive. You go back in your imagination, you say, wow, it's done. Amazing. I'm on my way, guys. I'm on my way. I'm so excited to be with him. And then if a person says, oh, honey, so you don't want that guy, or he doesn't want you, or I don't think that's going to work. I don't care. Thank you so much for the advice. I'm with him now. I'm with it. You have to be that stubborn. You have to be that much of an asshole to manifest. Guys, you have to have that great of boundaries. I swear by it. I tell my clients, you have to have the strongest boundaries ever because people are going to try to take your manifestation. It's just inevitable. Bitter people love to make others bitter. I hate to say it. Those boundaries have to be so strong that even when your 3D physical matrix tells you no, you say, yeah, okay. I didn't fucking give you permission to tell me no. Do you know how many times I have forced my 3D reality? Like, the moth was dead, guys. In front of people. There's witnesses to that moth dying. Belly up. And I brought that motherfucker back from the dead. Okay? Because I said so. That's it. That's it. Not because I was like, I wonder if I didn't listen to anybody when they said, Jenna, shit like that doesn't happen. Like wishful thinking, babe. I think you should just let the little guy go. There were people that were telling me like, honey, no, that's not how that works. No, that's not how that works for you, ye of little faith. That is certainly how it works for me. And you know, my magic was rewarded. I brought that fucker back from the dead. And then my new boyfriend told me that he one time also brought a moth back from the dead. Thank you, God. Thank you, magic. Thank you, magician. Like, I was rewarded for my faith. I was rewarded not only with seeing how powerful my mind is, but then realizing I just manifested another manifesting motherfucker that can also bring back somebody from the dead. And he's bringing me back from the dead, to be honest. Soon he's going to bring my bank account back from the dead. Ain't that right, babes? That's going to happen. That's going to happen. He's going to work on that because I've been telling him he needs to work on that. But other than that, I think that we get to have love, unconditional love, 24/7 for the rest of eternity, the rest of forever. We determine it. There's a lot of bitter Beckys and salty Susies out there, guys, okay, that have lost the love of their life and they don't know how to get it back. And as much as they're sad and I feel for them, I do, I also don't. Because at the end of the day, that is their soul's growth, their soul evolution. They have to realize that love is eternal. Love goes beyond death. Love is the only thing that never dies. It sounds so cliche, really, as I say it, but it's true. It is their lesson. The chosen ones, the ones that I channel for, the ones that I talk to here, you guys already learned this lesson. It's time for you to go get paradise. It's time for you to go have love 24/7, forever, end of story. Because you say so. Excuse me. Hi, Explorer. How are you? Calm down. Why the fuck would I? Wait. Hold on. See? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the fact that when you're happy and you're a hammer and everything's a nail, okay? And you're enjoying the fruits of your labor. You're enjoying the manifestations that are coming in because you're a god, though, and you get to have anything you want, honey. There's, of course, going to be people who say calm down because they live their life in a stuck, calm mode, always calm. There's never any friction. There's never any growth. There's never any growth spurts because they live in their comfort zone. You go live in Calmville, honey. I'm going to go live in heaven where I get shit handed to me like the goddess I am. So, though a lot of people will say, calm your shit, Jenna. Calm your shit, Lou. Shut up, Marcos. Don't talk, Raven. Are you going to be the one that stands up and says, why? Because you say so? Who are you? Do you pay my bills and do I sleep with your ass? No. So who are you to tell me to stop and calm down? Do you pay my bills? Did you give me my Wi-Fi that I'm channeling from right now? I didn't think so. Who the fuck are you? It is really that time, guys. You have got to be that level of Godfident anymore. You can't let minds of opinions of sheep anymore to seep in and convince you that you're not entitled to your manifestation. Baby, you are the only one that throws that manifestation away. That's it. Not some internet troll named whatever. I don't care. It's irrelevant. You are the only one that gives your power away to these people or these mindsets, okay? These NPCs, these whatever you want to call them, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. They're thought forms. And you're giving your power away to these thought forms when you're trying to create a new reality for yourself. You're trying to create heaven on earth, but you're looking at other people's hell on earth. Stop. It's really that easy. It really is that easy. Cheers. It reminds me of that Taylor Swift song. You need to calm down. You're being too loud. That song. You know, I don't even really like Taylor Swift, but I'm lately becoming a Swiftie, and Marcos has been noticing. He's like, every time I play a Taylor Swift song, he's like, no, please, you were perfect until that. You were perfect. You were everything I wanted. You were my dream girl. And I really thought for a moment we were going to have paradise, and then you sent me a Taylor Swift love song. And now I have to reconsider everything. You need to calm down because I'm being too loud. Anyway, muggles. Girl, muggles. I got mugwort, dragon's blood, and rosemary. Hey, speaking of a walking apothecary, if you are not a healer, Raven. Okay. I don't know that much English. You're speaking very sharply. I am from India. Thank you. Yes. What herbs do you use? Don't spoil the kids. Oh, that's funny. Dude, I like you. I like you, Raven. Don't disappoint me. Don't let me down. Don't let me down, girl. Love is the only thing that matters. See, it's comments like that that make me think you're not going to let me down. Oh, yeah. You're not you when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers. I'll eat a magician. I need to calm down. But I've got that crown. And I don't know how to take it off, babe. So it's here. It's here. It's a thing. And I'm not giving it away anytime soon. So Jen, I want to ask you a question. Like in my culture, we kind of value calmness. Oh. Oh. Question is, would I change for you, Raven? Would I change for your culture? Would I change who I am? Because your culture says I should. Should I change who I am? Because it makes somebody uncomfortable on the internet. That dude right there. Should I change me to make you less uncomfortable? Meditative state and stillness, like that's what I see as that's what they see as the highest spiritual attainment. Okay. Calm is fun until it's not. And I'm not even the type to sit here and say that there's not a purpose to peace and calm and meditative trance-like state. It's very fun. That's why people get high. That's why people get buzzed. But there's also this period of time in the world where you're in the world, not of it, but you still do have to feel the frequency and the vibrations of other people around you, especially as an empath, especially as a psychic. It's not always just peace and calm. But the real question is, could you go from knowing that you're in this chaotic, crazed state to going back to peace, going back to calm? What is that thing that takes you back there? I would say that's Christ consciousness. I would say the Christ is what leads you back to heaven. The Christ itself, the higher mind, is what takes you from the old reality to the new. And only through Christ do you get to enter the Father, the kingdom of heaven. Only through that Christ awareness, the way, the truth, and the life, are you able to even go from that state of chaos, look at it and be like, whoa, I am kind of chaotic. Whoa, okay, all right. Yeah, no, I agree. I could tune it down, sure. Okay, look at it and then get yourself into that new state of being, that new state of consciousness. In manifestation terms, especially with Sammy Ingram, if you guys watch her, she's a manifestation coach on YouTube. She says, like, the state of consciousness, the state of being, the state of reality. What are you conscious of being? You're thinking thoughts from the peaceful you, the Zen you, the calm you, the you that has it all figured out. Those thoughts right now would be aligned with, I always get what I want. Life is so easy. Everything works in my favor. What would the state of calm be? What thoughts would you think from that version of you? Think those thoughts now. Think those thoughts right now, even in chaos. Even when there's a million energies around you that are trying to get you to be crazy and say stupid shit. Put on the mind of Christ. Put on the mind of Christ consciousness, Christ awareness. You guys are beautiful. Thank you. I try hard to keep up with you, girl. Oh, yep, they. Your thoughts on that? I understand. That's the same thing I get. Yeah. So I love that question. That was actually really cool. I like that. So your culture, where you're raised, you were taught that to be enlightened, or the highest state of union with God, right? Union with source, it would be in a meditative trance or like calm, peace. I actually very much agree with it. I think that is the highest state of enlightenment. I think that is God. That is God. Peace is God. I agree. I think that is the highest state of enlightenment. And I think in the Bible when it says you'll know them by their fruits, I think that someone who can stay peaceful and zen and calm amidst crazy energies, that person knows God. That person is God. I would say that person is God. So yeah, 100% I believe it. Now, sadly though, a lot of us go into the matrix and we look at the matrix. We look at this. We look at either the crazy state of the chat section, the comment section, or we look at the news, or we look at our bills, or we look at the bank account. And for a moment, it can take you out of that state. But the point I was trying to make in this stream today is, why do we not allow ourselves to go right back into the state of, oh, it's okay. It's settled. That's already taken care of. That bill is $0. I want to give you an example. I, for a year and a half, had this bill that was in collections because they would not cover the bill, even though I had insurance and it actually was coverable. It was supposed to be covered. Every time I'd call, they would be like, oh, we're going to resubmit this to your insurance company, ma'am. But in the meantime, yes, you're still in collections. I was like, this is freaking ridiculous, dude. What the hell? Well, I wasn't manifesting a zero balance. I was manifesting the frustration. I was manifesting them to tell me, please call back in a couple weeks. Please call back in a couple weeks. I was truly afraid of getting what I wanted, a zero balance. I was afraid of seeing my power. So every time I'd call back in a couple weeks, they'd be like, yes, ma'am, it's still pending. Sorry, ma'am, there's nothing we can do. Sorry. And then one day, I was making progress. I called and I said, I'm getting fucking frustrated. This is ridiculous. And I got like kind of mad, and I didn't, like, I wasn't mean, but I was just very firm, and I was like, this is so crazy. I can't afford this bill, and I shouldn't be in collections. And so the guy goes, well, actually, we see here that it's pending write-off. Pretty soon, our company might just cover it for you, because we see how much you're calling. We see how problematic this is. I hadn't even really been manifesting the success of it yet, though. I just know that all good things happen to me, and I know that all things work in my favor. I hadn't even really actively participated in the manifestation of a zero balance yet, but there was progress. So the guy said, it actually looks like our company might pay it off for you, ma'am. And I was like, really? For real? Why? He's like, well, we see you were having a financial hardship and you've called 1 million times. So honestly, okay. He's like, but it's just a ticket. There's an order in the system. It's not been looked at yet though. And so I was like, okay, hope. Then I would call a couple more times and it would still be the same thing. I'm sorry, ma'am, it's still pending. I'm sorry, ma'am, it's still pending. I'm sorry, ma'am. One day I get on there and I'm like, listen, I need a supervisor, please. This is ridiculous. I need a supervisor. Do not make me call the Better Business Bureau for keeping my ass in collections when this should have been taken care of a long time ago. And that's all it took. Me fighting for me. She goes, ma'am, we don't have a supervisor available. And I said, that's okay, I'll wait. Thank you. And I said it with such certainty. I said, oh, no, I will be waiting. Thank you so much. And then she comes back and she's like, yeah, ma'am, I couldn't find one. Because we have such a high volume of calls right now that I'm not able to get her. And I said, oh, high volume of calls? Your call queue says I was the first in line and you answered in 10 seconds. No, I'll wait. You don't have a high call volume. Thank you. I'll wait. She goes, okay, please just hold. And so she puts me back on hold, comes back, and she's like, oh, okay, I have a supervisor now, ma'am. Okay, thank you. She transferred me to the supervisor right after that lady told me that I had a balance on my account, right? She transfers me to the supervisor. The supervisor confirms, yes, ma'am, you have a balance on your account. There's not much we can do. It's pending still. I said, listen, this is actually getting ridiculous. And I don't stand for this. I need something done about this. And she goes, please just hold on the phone. Just hold for a moment, ma'am. She puts me on hold. And in that moment, I pray and I say, no, God, you told me I'm abundant. I told me I'm abundant. I told me I have tons of money in my bank account. Fucking facts. I'm not in debt. I'm not in collections. Fucking facts. I say I'm rich. Hell no, I don't accept this. Hell no. And then I saw a zero balance in my mind's eye. Guys, as God is my witness, I saw a zero balance. I finally got tired of my own shit. I finally got tired of my own bullshit as a creator. And I said, while I was on the hold with that woman, I said, wow, I love that she sees a zero balance. Zero balance, finally it's taken care of. I love it. And I accept that and only that. That is my reality. I am rich. I'm a multimillionaire. I have tons of money, period. She comes back on the line as God is my witness. She comes back on the phone and she says, ma'am, thank you for holding. We actually do see that you have a zero balance and it's been paid off since April 18th. Is there anything else I can help you with? I'm sorry, what now? What? And she says, yes, you have a zero balance. Is there anything else I can help you with, ma'am? Wait, what do you mean? I was like, wait, what do you mean? I said, you just told me I had a balance, and that other lady just told me I have a balance. Is it really zero, or is there a balance? She's like, no, it's zero since April 18th. And I was like, what just happened? What the fuck just happened? I started crying on the phone. I was like, I needed this win so bad. What just happened? Me. That's the Jenna effect. That's Jenna, the magical to you bitches. Anyway, my reality always conforms to what I say. Period. Facts. First time I speak, if I get serious with it, I was tired of my own bullshit. I was tired of my own reality reiterating for me my limitations. Balance? Ew. No. I have tons of money in my account. Why would I have a balance in collections? Make it make sense. See? I expect the best. Always on my shit. Always offending someone. No. Anyways. Oh shit. Anyways, as Marcos would say. Anyways, like he will just stop me right when I'm on to something. And like this motherfucker thinks he's going to stop me in the middle of the greatest speech ever. It's insane. He'll just be like, anyways. I wasn't done. Did I sound like I was done speaking? I didn't think so. So shut your yap. I'm not done yet. When I'm done, you'll know. You'll know because I'll be a multimillionaire. I was just getting tired of my own little bullshit. For a year and a half, allowing myself to see the physical 3D reality showing me a balance. Girl, why? Same with the douche nuggets I used to manifest. All these men that I would bring into my reality and I was settling. Finally, I got tired of my own bullshit and I decided one day, you know what? The next man I manifest is going to be the one I marry. And then I even had the guy I was dating right before Marcos, the guy I was seeing here at the Airbnb. He actually said to me exactly that. He said my affirmation. He was like, whoever the next man is, he's going to be the one. And we all know it. That's the one. Anyway, that guy left and I never saw him again. And I was like, that's fine. I'm so tired of hookups. I'm so tired of giving my energy away to a guy who I'm not going to talk to in 2 weeks. That's stupid. I'd rather invest in a king. I want to invest in a king who invests in a queen. If I'm going to give my energy to anybody, I want that shit to be given back to me with dividends. I want it paid interest. I'm going to invest in that man, make him tailor-made to my specific desires. I'm going to want him long term. I don't want just a hookup and then a breakup. If I'm going to make that man a god, he is going to put in work, honey. I'm going to manifest the real one. And anyway, he's here. His name's Marcos. What the fuck is a Marcos? A Marcos. Mi Marcos es mi mago. My magician. He is the one, the only, the truest king I know, honey. He's the king of my north and the king of my south. I get what I want. When I'm tired of my own bullshit, I'll get what I want. The real thing is, why are you not tired of your own bullshit yet, guys? Why are we not tired of our own bullshit? Letting your 3D tell you you got a bill. Girl, why? Why? You're a multimillionaire. Letting your 3D reality tell you you got no customers this week. No one booked with you, or no one bought your book, or no one listened to your Spotify song or whatever. Why? Why? When you can have anything, why do we settle? And this is the real question, girls. Why? Is it fear? Because I'll tell you, for the longest time, I was afraid to have a powerful man like Marcos, because I know it comes with that. I know my man's is the sexiest motherfucker around. Girl, I know that man has women lined up for days. I've seen it. I've seen it. I witness it. You should hear how the phone goes off when we're on the phone. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. Text me, call me. Hey, daddy, how you doing? Oh my God, I miss you. You should hear that shit. So I knew that there'd be competition, but honey, there is no competition. I'm Jenna the Magical. She's just Ashley. You know what I mean? You have to have that level, guys. And where are you going to get that from? You're going to get it from God. That Godfidence only comes to you from God. And where are you going to find God? Oh, I know. Ooh, I know. Rock bottom. Where are you going to find God? Paralyzed in bed, like him. Or broke and homeless, like me. Or living in your car, like some of the people that listen to me, you know? Losing your entire family. Whatever rock bottom is for you, that's where you're going to find God. Sorry, but you're not you when you're 100 people. Sorry. Sorry that God had to separate you from everybody else because you were listening to the lies and the chitter chatter of people that don't even matter. So God had to sit you down, separate you, and set you apart, remove you from the mainstream world. And that's cool. That was fun. It was fun. Until it isn't. Until it isn't, and your ass wants to go right back into the matrix because you love friction. You love conflict, you love friction, and you love building an empire. And how are you going to build an empire unless you go back into the world of materiality? How are you gonna know your Katniss motherfucking Everdeen unless you go back into the Hunger Games? That bitch knew who she was, okay? That bitch knew who she was. And not only did she know who she was, hunty, but they hired her after she shot that whole Matrix down. They wanted her to be the face of the revolution. And she was, because she's a baddie, and she knew it. She knew who she was. She knew she was the best they had. At first, she didn't want to work with them, though. She didn't want to work with that District 13. She was like, nah, I'm just going to go back home. I'm going to chill. Thank you so much. Appreciate the offer, but I don't want a war. I just want to go back home. And then they took her back to her house, and it was completely decimated. Her entire village struck down by the war. She had nothing. Nothing and no one. So, conveniently, she became the face of the revolution because she had really no choice. Where are you going to go back to, guys? Where are you going back to, Starseed? Y'all a bunch of aliens out here thinking you're going to go back to a family of muggles. Where are you going back to, sweet cheeks? So many clients come to me and they're like, Jenna, get me off this trash heap of a planet. Take me to Pluto. Girl, you wanted to be here. What, are you going to escape to Pluto? Anywhere you go, there you are. You'll have the same shit mindset on Pluto as you do on planet Earth. Nah, get out of here with that bullshit. Oh, but I wish like it would just be better. I want to go home. I want to make home here. What are you doing? This is your home. Make it your home. You wanted to be here. You signed up for this shit. I mean, don't shoot the messenger. Don't be mad at me, Starseed, because you wanted to be here and play in the Matrix and play in the sandbox. Grab your little shovel, honey, and go build. Go have fun. It's your thing. It's you. I don't understand what the problem is. What is the problem? So afraid to go back into the world of materiality. So afraid after being in heaven, being in nirvana, being in absolute bliss with your twin flame or your soulmate, being so happy and madly in love with each other. And you're afraid of going back, what, into a group of people because you think slinging arrows are going to somehow separate you two? Marcos's entire family on both sides are witches. His entire family are warlocks and witches. Facts. I don't even hesitate. I'm like, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I wasn't first. Not anymore. Okay. So what? 1,000,000 spells have been put against me. 1,000,000 witches have been put against me. And I still come out on top. Always. Always, 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 always. I always win, always. There's never a loss. There is no loss. Love is unconditional and it's eternal and it's forever and it's here and it's always. There is no one spell that can separate us two. There's nothing. If I don't allow it. You have to look at it like you're allowing these spells to take over. You're allowing the idea of evil eye to get in your head and fuck with you and steal your manifestation. You're claiming it's being stolen from you. It can't be stolen from you. It's yours. Claim it. What is your problem? What's your issue? I know mine right now is indigestion. I got a burp. That's mine. That's my problem right now. I have the burp real bad. Go the fuck away. Go somewhere with that stupidity. I'm so sold on my new life. I said, fuck that job. Girl, I get it. It's Ella. How you doing? Ella. These girls are all winners. Oh my God. I love you girls so much. Done and done. Period. Done and done. She came on and she was just like, yes, ma'am. It's like that woman was a totally different operator. It did honestly feel like that. It felt like that woman was a totally different woman. She came back on and she's like, well, yes, ma'am. Zero balance. What do you mean? Yes, there's no balance. Would you like me to send you a piece of paper proving it? Yes. You have little faith. Please. I did it. When you realize you are the one that kept yourself in debt and you're the one giving yourself the abundance, you do it. There's no one else. That's the beauty of not being liked or disliked. It's like even having money in my bank account. I think so many people feel like if they don't have a whole network of people and they don't have the support system of 1,000,000 different, avenues of income or something, like they're not going to be okay. But it's between you and the universe. It's between you and God. If you claim you're abundant and you claim you have money in your bank account, not one person, government, reality, glitch in the matrix, not one thing can stop you from that. Under my umbrella, Ella, Gotta love that love umbrella. Because under that love umbrella, honey, everything tastes real nice. Everything feels like a high all the time. I'm so drunk on love, it's insane. I didn't know you could be, but you can be. It's a thing. It is really, oh my God, it's a thing. Yes. You stare at the man that you're in love with and honey, your third eye heals. Like I look at him and I see God. I look at Marcos and I see God. I see nothing but light. It's crazy. He heals my soul by just putting my eyeballs on him. That kind of shit. That kind of shit. Of course it's real. I'm God and I wanted to manifest a God. I'm too overpowered for any other man. I needed a God, honey. I needed a king. Mi rey. That's Spanish for my king. I'm learning Spanish, yeah? I'm learning Spanish. I'm doing very well. Muy bien. But yeah, there's all those friction, those conflicts of interest, those people that don't like you, all the friction, the events, the things that are trying to convince you you're not God. But that's like Jesus being tempted in the desert. The devil was like, "Here, Jesus, you claim you're God. Turn these rocks into bread." And I don't remember what all he said, but he said something badass. And the point is, you're going to be tempted by the 3D. You're going to be tempted by what you're seeing with your physical eyeballs, but that's the great deception in the Bible. The great deception is that this physical 3D matrix somehow owns you, somehow controls you. Question is, why do you keep getting sucked back into it? Why do you get sucked into the matrix? That's the real question. Why can't you pull yourself out of it, Neo? Who do you need for that? Ooh, who do you need? Y'all better act right in this chat. I'm breaking dishes up on her. I ain't gonna stop until I see police lights. Look, I'm in a Rihanna mood today. She's a baddie, that one. Listen how I sing and the birds come out. It's given Snow White. But Marcos would say absolutely no. There's too many men in that movie. Yo, he says it too. Every time I say, I'm like, Snow White, I can summon the birds. He's like, no, choose Cinderella instead. She only has one guy. But it takes 7 of those to make one Marcos. I'm breaking dishes up on her. I ain't gonna stop until I see my cardinal birds. All these red birds. Wow. That's crazy, actually. I just saw like 4 birds show up out of thin air. Very nice. Now let's see if I can do that with money. Yes. Because I really want to. Guys, I'm so serious. I cannot wait to take you on my road trip. Actually, yes, I'm gonna take you on my road trip. I think I don't think I'm gonna vlog. I think I'm gonna record video. I don't know. I don't even know if I'll do that. But the point is, either way, I'm gonna love my life. So I'm breaking dishes up in here. Yeah, buddy, I see you. How you doing? Looking real good. I love it. I love it. What are you building? These birds are building nests and everything. Like, this is really it, guys. We're really entering heaven, and no one can take it from you. They can call you crazy. They can call you delusional, but bitch, they will be calling you happy. Look, they can call you a demon. They can call you a Jezebel spirit. They can call you Satan himself. What they will call you is blessed. Bet. They can call you anything. But when you really truly know that you have a sound mind and that you run this shit, no longer will you put yourself in a situation to be labeled crazy. You won't be deemed insane. Proof is in the pudding. What last year, January of last year, I was smoking. I was partying with some friends. Well, shit, they were not my friends, honey, actually. Pretty sure I was laced. Anyway, I took a couple hits from this joint of this woman's stash, and I should not have smoked with that witch bitch. I should not have even been near her, honestly, let alone smoking with her. So we were smoking some ganja, And who the fuck knows what else was in there? I don't know, but it did not feel normal. And then all of a sudden, my subconscious is just wide open. Like there's no filter at all. Just so high. And she starts literally cursing me, telling me nobody wants me, the neighborhood hates me, I'm not allowed to be there, because I was dating this guy, and she's like, you're not allowed to have him, he doesn't want you, you don't want him. She was like literally putting spells on me, curses on me. And because my subconscious was so wide open and I had no filter, there was no conscious filter, because when you're high, you're very susceptible, you know? She started saying this really garbage bullshit to me, and I just started crying, and I believed it, and then I was hospitalized that same night. So I was in the hospital, and that night I was homeless, and I had to leave because I was not safe there. So that's when I went through my journey, my spiritual. Well, I mean, I've been on my spiritual journey for a while, but that was the day I had to start. Really, I was homeless, and I was starting to like be really homeless after that, because she fucked my mind up. But she fucked my mind up because I believed she could. If I knew now if I knew then what I know now, I would have immediately rejected every single thing she said. I would have been like, bitch, he's in love with me. I can't help that you're pining after my boyfriend and he wants me and not you. Sounds like a you problem. She would tell me things like, you're ugly, nobody likes you, this neighborhood's gonna kick you out, and all that. And I back then, if only I knew, I wouldn't have let her even do it. But it did. It had to happen for a reason. I had my mind reprogrammed by her. I literally had my subconscious mind reprogrammed by a dark witch. And thankfully, it only took 1.5 years for me to get it back. But I'm actually grateful for it, because I have gifts now, and I'm able to talk to people about this stuff, like the real shit that happens, because this actually does happen for real. Curses are real until they're not. Spells are real until they're not. Evil eye is real until it's not. Like, you get to be in love 24/7 if you want it. But you have to know thyself. You have to know that you're worthy. No one's going to tell you. No one's going to tell you you're worthy but you. I'm breaking dishes up in here. I ain't gonna stop until I see police lights. Where'd that little wasp go? He was protecting me. I felt very safe with that little guy in here. Where the fuck did he go? What? ¿Dónde es mi protector? Oh, is that him? You know, wait. I'm serious, guys. I'm trying to summon this little guy back in here. Where'd he go? What the hell? I thought I saw him outside. Oh, there he is. Okay. How you doing, bud? I knew it. I knew you'd be back for me. He's adorable. This little guy. You ever watch a wasp fly around and he looks like a fairy? You ever see a wasp that flies with his little legs dangling down like the cutest motherfucker around? It's cute. I'm breaking. Ooh, the real one showed up, meaning Marcos. Yeah, true that, honey. Look, the real one! What a boss daddy, that one. Oof. We went into this group chat today, and listen, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. I started liking him a lot, and I was like, whoa, am I falling in love with this guy? Because last night, we were talking on a video call, and I thought I already loved him. But then he started talking about how he would protect people in the past and keep innocent people safe. And when he started telling me that story, I was like, oh shit, don't fall in love. And then I asked myself, why? Why not? Why not fall in love sexy saint. Why? Why? Because I'm afraid people are going to take him from me? That's really it, isn't it? We all stop ourselves from falling in love. For what? We stop ourselves from receiving God's miracles. We stop ourselves from having the money, the job, the car, the fame, the house, the mansion. We do. Guys, no, I'm serious. We stop ourselves. Because we care about opinions? Because they're going to say, oh, you don't deserve this. And then we're like, okay, let me just go be sad instead because you say I don't deserve it. Ooh. Fuck out of here. Who are you to tell me what I deserve? Have you suffered the pain that I have? Have you bled like I did? Nah, I didn't think so. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let me get my manifestation. Thank you so much. That's mine. That's mine. And I will claim it. Thank you. That's mine. Who is going to tell me otherwise? Not one soul, not one government agency, not one website, not one politician, not one pastor, not one parent, not one mom, not one dad, not one troll. Not even my own damn bank account tells me I'm broke. Not even my own 3D physical reality tells me shit. Because just like Jesus says, he has overcome the world, so have I. Through Christ, we have overcome the world. Through Christ consciousness, that higher mind, we've overcome the limitations of the 3D physical world. So who is ever going to tell you otherwise? I love seeing you happy. Oh, May Rain, I love my sister. I love you, baby. I love you. Marcos and I, we talk about you sometimes. I'm like, what a bad bitch. Remind me not to get on her bad side, babe. Seriously, she goes straight for the jugular. Remind me never to piss off that girl. What a goddess. So anyway, we're terrified of you, both of us together. Facts. He might pretend he's not. He's terrified, shaking in his boots. You should hear him sometimes. He's like, I'm not pissing her off anytime soon. Nope. What a bad bitch. Bad bitch, but a good witch. Oh, I love you. I love you so much, baby. But yeah, guys, what are we doing? We're out here throwing away our love life. Because what? Because some jealous Julie can't understand why us. You're too fat to be in love. You don't even own a house. What are you going to do for him? You don't even have a car. This and this. You don't even have that. You don't even have a shut up function. Oh my God. Cute. I can't help that the man likes me with $10 to my name and he's not after anything but my gorgeousness. Sheet. Look how many people drop like flies when you turn this confident. Look, there's 2 people in here and it's Marcos and May Rain. And I bet you anything that's the truth. Let's see actually. Oh, wait. Oh my God. It says there's 29 people in here. Wait. No, it says 29 people. Anyway, the point is you're going to be that confident and then other people are going to drop like flies out of your reality because boy, bye. See you never, jealous Julie. See you never, angry Austin. Aggressive Agatha. Like, I don't know, but you're not going to ever see these people again, dude. There should be so much hope in that for you. You should feel so good about it that you're not going to ever, ever, ever resonate with these people ever again. Girl, you're just going to vibrate right out of their reality. They're never going to stop you again because you give you love no matter what. And so who can take it from you? If every time you get told you're fat and ugly and shut up, nobody wants to hear you. And then the next thing you say is, are you talking? Are you talking? Nah, you're not talking to me. Honey, I'm a pleasantly plump, delicious, gorgeous goddess. So I know you weren't talking to me. Now, if you have that level of confidence, you guys know who you are. Not one person will ever be able to. I don't care if there's an army of people saying the same shit. I don't care if 1 billion people on the planet want to challenge you. and tell you that you ain't shit and you don't deserve this happiness, you don't deserve the money, you don't deserve the easy lifestyle, you don't deserve the man, the woman, the house, the mansion, you don't deserve that shit. I don't give a flying fart Fanugan who says that. I care what you say as God. What do you say as God? All right. I'll listen to you. The universe will listen to you, thank you. Now, do you say what your mom says? Because, okay, let the universe shit on your parade because your mommy doesn't want you happy. So when you let your mom be your God and she tells you, no, you're not allowed to do this thing, or no, you're not allowed to see that man, or no, you can't go on that date, or whatever, like, okay, so you've made them your God. You've made your mom your God. Or your pastor who won't let you date a Muslim, or a Muslim dating a witch, or a Christian dating a pagan, or what, whatever. So you are going to let your pastor, your religion, your ideologies, your belief system that you formed, you're going to let that convince you that you don't get happiness. Really? Okay. I mean, hey, if you want. Look, I would normally let my scale tell me that I don't deserve a king. Because, like, why would he love my curves, my excess calories, my thickness? Why would he like this, right? Are you kidding? He drools over it. Because I make the rules. I make the rules. I bless my body. I look at my body and I'm like, damn, you sexy girl. I'd tap that. I would do you, Jenna. And if I say that about me, then any other person in my reality has to mirror that abundance back. It has to mirror back to me that level of confidence. That's it. I've blessed my body with love. I've said, nah, you're thick, mamas. You look good. There's not going to be one man that will be able to withstand my curves if I want it. You have to know who you are, guys. It cannot be this like double-mindedness anymore. You want the shit that you want? You want to bring back moths from the dead? You want to bring back your boyfriend from the dead? You want your wedding in Fiji? You want your bank account? You want your sales to go viral? You want your videos to take... Hello? Why are you not allowing it then? That's a you thing, baby. That's a you problem. You got to really, 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 really ask yourself, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of winning in the face of your enemies? Why? Because you think they can like steal something from you, or take something from you, or throw you in prison, or lock you up and throw away the key? What do you think they can do, baby, that you've not already had done to you? You've already been in a jail cell, honey. You've been falsely imprisoned your whole life. You've already been dead, sweet cheeks. What are they gonna do, kill you? You've already been gossiped about by your own mama. What are they gonna do, talk about you? Please, I wish a witch bitch would. I wish you would start a YouTube channel all about me. Girl, it's given devotion. It's given worship. I wish a witch bitch would. Free advertising, honey. But why are we so afraid to be this confident? And, you know, and hearing my man cry this morning about how he has to dim his light to fit in, how he has to pretend he's not this powerful of a magician in today's modern society, it really got me thinking. Why do I allow this in my reality? Why do I allow the man that I love more than life itself to be scared of being himself? Because me as a God, as a creator in my reality, I don't think I can keep him safe. Well, I don't really know my power then. I don't really know I'm a God then. I don't even deserve to be with a man like that then. Facts. I don't deserve to be with a man that beautiful who will get hurt constantly because of my lack of faith in myself. That man died because of me. He's my twin flame. He died because of me. Because I didn't know who the fuck I was. I couldn't keep him safe. Now that I know who I am, I can keep him safe. In my reality, he is exalted. He's beautiful. He's healthy. He's popular. He's world renowned. He's the sexiest thing that has ever walked the face of the earth in my reality. So when I can't keep him safe because I don't know who I am as a conscious creator, as a master manifester, I'm gonna get him fucked up. That's not fair. It's really not fair. And so honestly, I would hope the universe would separate our ass. I hope I'd go learn my lessons. I hope that God would separate us so I could go learn that I am God. Otherwise, that poor innocent sap is going to be completely victimized because of me. Because, honey, you know I'm a shit starter, and you know I talk a lot. And so all of that projection will go to him, and I won't be able to keep him safe. So this is why the universe doesn't make mistakes. If you're not ready for union yet, you're not going to be in union. That's how it is. If you were ready for union, you'd be in union. And this is coming from a girl who is so terrified to be in physical union because it's so intimidating. Though we're together 24/7 and we always have like amazing conversations and video calls and things, still haven't met in physical person yet. So to know that that is also on the agenda because I say so. And that no one will be able to take that from me. I'm the one that takes it from me by choosing fear. If you guys are not ready for union yet, the universe will show you you're not ready for union. You will be separated. When you're ready for union, you'll be in union. It's that easy. It is that. It is truly that. So the real question, who is the one taking you out of union? I hate to say it, guys, but I love to say it. It's you. You're the only one opposing yourself. You're your own biggest enemy. You're it. No one else. There's no one else. There's literally no one else opposing you. It's just yourself. There's no one that can ever hurt you. There's no one that can steal your boyfriend. They can't steal your woman. They can't do it. They can't steal your bank account. They can't do it. If you're God of your reality, nobody can even compete with you for that apartment or that job. You're it. You have the job because you say you have the job. You have that man's heart because you say you have that man's heart. The second you say he doesn't want to even look at other girls because ew, he thinks of them all as Helgas. And they all bench press mountain lions. And they all have toe fungus. Every last one of these Elgas, they're all the same. He can't even look at them. The second you say that that's the truth, it's true. That's it. The second you say your man is madly in love with you, is the second he's madly in love with you. That is it. That is how it has to be, guys. It is instant. It is right now. It is boom, 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 zero limitations. You're the only one limiting yourself. Because of fear. Fear of what? The second you say you have no enemies, you have no enemies. So what the fuck is the fear? What is the fear? That people are going to be like, oh my God, you're crazy. Why are you so happy? That's weird. Bitch, I'm happy because I'm getting it in. I'm happy because my man calls me every single morning and tells me I'm his goddess and he wants to worship me. That's why I'm happy. I'm happy because I know I'm God, and the second I say something, I get it. So of course, people are going to be jealous of you knowing that you're a goddess. Of course, people are not going to be happy that you've escaped the matrix. People that are still in the matrix are not exactly thrilled that you got out of it and they still sit there and rot. Does that mean that you have to sit there and rot? No. No. It's up to you guys. Anyway, I'm going to go. I have to pee. And I gotta call somebody real sexy. Myself. I have to call myself. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh my God, is that a hummingbird? Oh my God, a little hummingbird, guys. Just showed up. That's so cute. Oh my God. Wait, somebody said that the other day. They said, who was it? They said, I see all these lightning bugs and I see the hummingbirds too. And you know what's really funny? I think that was a guy that I was talking on another app. He used to be this big bad wolf, this real big stoic guy. He used to be this guy that is like the bulky built, like whoo. And I was talking to him in his channel, and he started talking about like lightning bugs and hummingbirds and all this, and I think that's him. I can't even believe it. But yeah, even my biggest, fiercest enemies from years past, because he used to be an enemy of mine, for real. We used to fight all the time. Even he now is very much pro Jenna. Loves me like a daughter. I can already feel it. So guys, it really is New Earth. Like, it really is this. But you have to claim New Earth, baby. You can't just let New Earth pass you by. This is New Jerusalem. This is the new one. This is the new age. And in order to stay here, you have to be able to stay here. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I love you. And I'm glad that you're here. Thank you guys for existing. I love you. I love magic. And we're going to get everything we want today. So remember that. I'll talk to you later.